السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الحمد لله غافر الذنب وقابل التوب شديد العقاب ذي الطول لا إله إلا هو إليه المصير. وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له شهادة معترف بالذنب والتقصير سائل العفو والزلفى وحسن المآب يوم المصير. وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله وأمينه على وحيه خير بشير وأشفق نذير. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على عبدك ورسولك محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه. نعم الصحب ونعم القدوة لمن طلب الفوز والنجاة في يوم عسير. وارض اللهم عنا معهم بعفوك ومنك وجودك وكرمك إنك على كل شيء قدير. أما بعد فإن الله عز وجل أمرنا بالتقوى. قال عز من قائل: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال جل كبرياؤه سبحانه: يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال سبحانه جل وعلا: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كلام الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أتكلم إن شاء الله تعالى في هذه الدقائق عن الذنوب، عقوباتها وكيفية الخلاص منها. We talk inshallah ta'ala in these few minutes about sins, the punishment for sins and how to get rid of the sins. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawbah, repentance for every sin that we make. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. We have, as we all know, the scholars divided sins into two main categories. We have the major sins, kaba'ir al-dhunub, and we have the minor sins, sagha'ir al-dhunub. I'll be talking about some of the sins that are mentioned in the ayat and hadith, and the punishment for it. That is to think of the punishment, because many of these things are very accessible to many of us. But I will start with the hadith of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, when he warned us very clearly not only against the big sins, the major sins, kaba'ir al-dhunub, but also about, or warn us against the sagha'ir al-dhunub, the minor sins, the sins that we do not think of much. قال صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم من حديث ابن مسعود رضي الله عنه أو كما في حديث ابن مسعود إياكم ومحقرات الذنوب إياكم ومحقرات الذنوب. Beware. إياكم is never do that, and beware of it. Stay away from it. From what? محقرات الذنوب. حقير is something little. The sins that you belittle. Stay aware and be aware of the little sins, or the sins that you do not look big at. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم فإنهن يجتمعن على الرجل أو على الرجل حتى يهلكن. Because they combine and gather together on the man until they destroy him. It might look for you as it's a little lie, even though lie according to the scholars is major sin. It's a little word that I say about my brother. Even this al-ghaiba according to scholars is big sin. Whatever sin you might think is little, is nothing, is a look, haram look or whatever. The Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, yes, it might look little for you, but إنهن يجتمعن على العبد. It gather together, they gather together, one little thing, one little thing, one little thing, and it becomes mountains of sins. إن الجبال من الحصى. As in the poem that he says that mountains are no more than piles of little pebbles and stones. Same concept. And he mentioned even sallallahu alaihi wasallam in that hadith the method for that, the example for that, to make it clear. قال صلى الله عليه وسلم والحديث المثل في حديث سهل بن سعد قال فإنما مثل محقرات الذنوب. The example of these sins that you think of as little, they are minor sins. كمثل قوم نزلوا بطن وادي. It's like a group of people who, like, as they are traveling, they camp or they stop at a certain valley, a place to get rest in the desert. فجاء ذا بعود وذا بعود حتى جمعوا ما أنضجوا به خبزهم. And as they trying to eat, they were trying to make some bread. Every single person goes one direction, and everybody got a stick, little stick. So a stick by itself, it's not enough to make fire. It's not enough to cook using one stick, one piece of wood. فجاء ذا بعود وذا بعود وإن محقرات الذنوب متى يؤخذ بها صاحبها تهلكه. Or the other hadith, in the sentence, حتى أنضجوا به خبزهم. So after they collected the sticks or the woods, the little pieces of sticks and woods, it was enough for them to cook the food, to cook the bread. So it's the same thing. It might not, that's common even. If you try to give Amr bil Ma'ruf or to advise your brother, ya akhi, this is haram. It might be a little thing for him. He said, do you think this is going to take me to the hellfire? To just have one look, or to upload my picture to YouTube, and everybody, including males and females, we are saying gorgeous things and nice things. It's fine. It might be little for you, but another little picture, another little look up there, another little thing there, it will be enough to cook the food. It will be enough حتى يهلكنه, to destroy him. If they gather together, it will be enough to destroy the person. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, may Allah protect us. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was addressing not a group of sinners. He was giving this example for the Sahaba, the companions. But the Sahaba at this time, the people around him, they are the representatives of Ummah. They are the Ummah of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that applies to them, and more likely to even to the people after them. So if the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is addressing and telling the Sahaba, beware of that, then how about us? We have to be extremely aware of these things around us. And I will mention in a while, I will get some quotation from the righteous predecessors, as-Salaf al-Salihin, that how they used to deal with it, how they used to think big of little sins. Let me quote another hadith from the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he warned if somebody is in charge of public money or public service or whatever. Many of us would think it's easy to take some for yourself, to make use of some of the things that's under your charge. If you are maybe working in a store, and you might think it's okay to get some of the materials for yourself to make use. I'm talking about the unusual things that the owner of the business would not expect you to do that. I'm not talking about somebody surfing the internet, checking his email. That's common. If you do this in the workplace, it's known. The manager knows that, the business people, they know that. But I'm talking about things that will not be expected from you, even though you take $1 if you are in charge of it. Here Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is said in the hadith in Musnad al-Imam Ahmad and collected or narrated by Abi Rafi radiallahu anhu, قال مر رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بالبقيع. Once the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم passed by al-Baqi', that graveyard next to the masjid of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam nowadays. قال أف لك أف لك. It was only that person who was narrating the hadith, Abi Rafi, walking with the Prophet ﷺ, and he said, "Uff lak," like a word of disgust. And he thought that the Prophet ﷺ is talking to him, is addressing him. He said, فَظَنَنْتُ أَنَّهُ يُرِيدُنِي. I thought he is referring to me or talking to me. قال لا ولكن هذا قبر فلان بعثته ساعيا إلى آل فلان فغل نمرة فدرع الآن مثلها من نار. That is a person who is dead in the grave. He is in that grave. The person that I'm talking to, he said, I sent him to these people to collect some public money. فَغَلَّ نَمِرًا. And he got for himself a little piece of cloth. He got it for himself without permission. That's not your money. It's a little piece of clothes, maybe in piles of clothes that he collected or whatever. But that's not yours. That's not for you. قال فدرع بها فدرع الآن مثلها من نار. And now he is having a clothes of fire in the hellfire in place of it, because he got it for himself. والعياذ بالله. وروى كما في يعني روى الصحابة كما في حديث المعراج، الإسراء والمعراج، لما عرج بالنبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم قال: لما عرج بي مررت على قوم لهم أظفار من نحاس يخمشون بها وجوههم وصدورهم، فقلت من هؤلاء يا جبريل؟ فقال هؤلاء الذين يأكلون لحوم الناس ويقعون في أعراضهم. This is another type of sin that we don't want to do. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, in his ascension to the heaven, that very blessed journey where when he saw a lot of things and he told us about them, and here he is mentioning that story about these people who were punished. The punishment was that they have very long nails, not regular nails, nails of copper, metal nails. And all the time they are scratching their faces and their bodies, their chest. They're scratching it. Try to imagine you have nails, metal nails, and you are scratching your face and your chest, and it goes back again, and you keep scratching it again. Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked about this awful image. He asked Jibreel alayhi salam. He said, who are these people? He said sallallahu alayhi wasallam, هؤلاء الذين يأكلون لحوم الناس. These are the people who eat the flesh of people. It's not a physical eating, but the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is talking about those who, كما قال الله عز وجل, أيحب أحدكم أن يأكل لحم أخيه ميتا. Allah said in Surah Al-Hujurat, does any one of you love to eat the flesh, the body of his brother when he is dead? That's an example for some people who might be backbiting. You talk about your Muslim, your fellow Muslim, or you talk about others in their absence. It's not even fair. They are not there to defend themselves. And it's not what most of us might think, that even if you have right to do that, you're talking about criminals, bad people. You don't have right to do. Because the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the companions, they said, Ya Rasulullah, what if we are talking about somebody who is already, we're mentioning something true about him. We're not making anything up. He said, قَالَ, that is غيبة. That is backbiting. Even if you're mentioning something about your Muslim brother or Muslim sister in their absence, even though it might be correct and true, that is still backbiting. Still that punishment would apply. Because the opposite will be you are making up something that's not ghaiba anymore, that's slander and making up things, buhtan. That's even will be worse. Another sin, I'm mentioning some sins and punishment. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم كل ما أسكر حرام. Every form of intoxicants is haram, is illegal. Anything that makes sukr, iskar, that will be type of khamr. Khamr is taken from khamara, which is to cover. That covers not the body but covers the mind. Anything that affects your mind is muskir, wa kullu muskirin haram. Is a way of intoxicant, a form of intoxicant, and every intoxicant is haram, is illegal, not my words, the words of the hadith of the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You name it. Marijuana, yes, it applies. Even the tobacco, these, forms of, it's leaves of trees, but it leads, it affects your body, and it's baridul, it might be not the same ruling, but it's baridul khamr. It is the beginning of khamr. It takes you there. In the same way, the sins are the barid, or the beginning of al-kufr that leads to kufr wal-iyadu billah. At the end, if the person keep making ma'asi, same thing. In the same way, a kiss, haram kiss, is not going to stop there. It's going to go next. It will lead to the next step. Same thing. كل ما أسكر حرام وإن على الله عهدا لمن شرب المسكر أن يسقيه من طينة الخبال قيل وما طينة الخبال قال عصارة أهل النار. Prophet ﷺ is giving another awful example, punishment for those people who drink wine, and we mentioned any type that will cover the mind, that will be intoxicant. قال, that's a covenant in Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is taking this covenant, this pledge, He's making the pledge that He will, for every person who uses intoxicants, who drink wine or uses intoxicant, that He will make him drink of tinatul khabal. And the Sahaba, they asked, what is this term, Ya Rasulullah, you're talking about? What's tinatul khabal? قال عصارة أهل النار. That is the squeezer, وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ, of the inhabitants of the hellfire. That is like the juice of the people of hellfire, the sweat, the remainings, the bodily discharges of the people of the hellfire. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Try to imagine, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, but if you imagine how awful is this, that will help the person to stay away from all of these things. وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. And subhanAllah, the Sahaba, the Salaf, they used to say, one of them was asked, why don't you drink alcohol? You used to drink and it's easy. He said, how come I get my ignorance with my hand, which is outside my body, and take it and put it inside my body, in my belly? That's ignorance, because it makes you ignorant. Ignorant, aql, it takes the aql. Aql is from aqala. Aqala, the meaning of aqala in Arabic is to tie something. Aqal al-ba'ir or aqal al-ba'ir, to tie something. This aql is tying you from many crazy things. You think, you process, is that right to do? Yes or no? Then you go ahead. But if it's covered, you're going to have all of these casualties on roads. And that is because the person is driving not aware, is that right to do that? What is the speed limit? They are not any more able to differentiate what's right and wrong because aql is not there. That's just one aspect of it. And many other things could happen because of drinking wine. And a hadith that's, we really need to think about it. Not only for khamr, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, maybe Allah protected us from most of these sins, big sins. But the Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said in the hadith, كما في حديث أبي هريرة, من كانت له عند أخيه مظلمة. Whoever amongst you got did anything wrong to his brother, any مظلمة من مال أو عرض فليأتيه فليتحللها منه. Whether it's monetary, it has to do with money, or an honor that you maybe violated the honor of your brother, say bad word to him one day, or فليتحللها فليأتيه فليتحللها منه. Let him go to him today and ask forgiveness. If it has some rights, give him back the money that you got from him, or ask his forgiveness قبل أن يؤخذ وليس عنده دينار ولا درهم, before he is taken, before he is held accountable, and there is no money, there is no dinar, there is no dirham to compensate for that. فإن كانت له حسنات أخذ من حسناته فأعطيها هذا وإلا أخذ من سيئات هذا فطرحت عليه ثم طرح في النار. The exchange and that day is going to be hasanat, good and bad deeds. So do it before, ask forgiveness, or go sit and try it before the day comes that this person will take from your hasanat, and even if you don't have any more credit or hasanat, you will take from his bad deeds and sayyat wal-'iyadhu billah. You don't want to do that. Hasan al-Basri radiallahu anhu, a man came to him and say, how dare you backbite me? تغتابني? He said, I'm not that, لم يبلغ قدرك عندي أن أحكمك في حسناتي. The way how I look at you, you are not that dear to me to give you the keys, to make you in charge of my hasanat, of my good deeds. Because when you backbite somebody, you actually giving him free access to your hasanat, to your good deeds. Hasan al-Basri said, I didn't do it simply because I don't love you that much to put you in charge of my hasanat, to make my account open for you to take from my hasanat. He is taking care of his hasanat. Al-Fudayl ibn Iyad or Abdullah ibn Mubarak radiallahu anhu قال, if there is anybody that's worthy of my ghaiba, if I have to backbite somebody, I would have done it to my parents, because they are the most people who deserve to take from my hasanat. I would do it not to slander them or something, but to open my account of hasanat for them. If, or had I thought to do that. Hadith al-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, very quickly, قال صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم لا تشرك بالله شيئا. حديث عن معاذ في مسند الإمام أحمد. He is giving these advices for Mu'adh. He said, never make shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, associating anybody, raising anybody high to the level of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Like having your full hope in somebody. لا تشرك بالله شيئا وإن قتلت أو حرقت. Even if you are killed or you are burned, put into fire. ابن حجر العسقلاني يقول هذا على وجه على اعتبار الأكمل. Yes, we know that under pressure you might have the permission to say kalimat al-kufr, to disbelieve in Allah, to curse the Prophet ﷺ. If you are forced to do that and you are threatened against your money or your nafs or whatever, you might have the option. But better than this is to have sabr for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. Even if you are killed or your money is taken, do not do it. ولا تعقن والديك وإن أمراك أن تخرج من مالك وأهلك. Never make عقوق to your parents. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the second advice from Mu'adh, do not wrong your parents. Do not make عقوق is a very wide term that includes any form of lack of appreciation for your parents, even though it's as little as uff, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran, like a little word that you might say to them. Never do that, even though they ask you to leave your family, like to divorce your wife and to give away all of your money. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, again, that's not, by the way, obligatory. But if somebody does it, if somebody, his mom, for example, said, go divorce your wife, and out of listening to his mother because of that, and he takes all the risk and all the things that are involved in that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him the reward for it. But it's not obligatory on him. The ulama al-fuqaha, they have a lot of talk about this. That's not the time to talk about it. But the Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is giving us the best thing you can do in these cases, meaning listen to your parents no matter what. وقال ولا تتركن صلاة مكتوبة متعمدا فإن من ترك صلاة مكتوبة متعمدا فقد برئت منه ذمة الله. Never skip a prayer, an obligatory prayer, intentionally. Because whoever skips a prayer, an obligatory prayer, intentionally, فَقَدْ بَرِئَتْ مِنْهُ ذِمَّةُ اللَّهِ. The dhimma of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is innocent from him. The meaning of that, كما يقول ابن حجر, قال لا يبقى في أمن من الله في الدنيا ولا في الآخرة. He is not any more secure against the punishment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala either in this dunya or الآخرة. أو وقال كأنه سقط عنه الاحترام, يعني he doesn't have any respect anymore. ولا تشربن خمرا فإنه رأس كل فاحشة. Never drink wine or alcohol, because this is the head, this is the top of any vice, of any indecency, of any معصية. وإياك والمعصية, and be aware, never do or stay away from al-ma'siyah, the act of disobedience. فإن المعصية تحل سخط الله, because disobedience will make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala angry on you, will make Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala displeased with you. والعياذ بالله. وإياك والفرار من الزحف وإن هلك الناس وإذا أصاب الناس موت وأنت فيهم فاثبت وأنفق على عيالك. You give a lot of advice, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One of them is spend on your family, take care of your family. You are in charge of your family, take care of them. He said in the other hadith, the best of the money that you will spend, the best dinar, is going to be the dinar that you spend for your family. SubhanAllah, many brothers nowadays, Allah put them in charge of their family, and they have money, and they decide to humiliate their family, not taking care of their family. Or do the opposite, spend a lot, not in the right direction. Thousands of money for what? For what gives that son or that child benefit in dunya and akhirah? No. He is ready to spend thousands for silly things, toys or whatever, and they are not ready to spend some to teach them something, to give them something that will stay with them forever. ولا ترفع قال وأنفق على عيالك من طولك ولا ترفع عنهم عصاك أدبا وأخفهم في الله. The literal translation is, again addressing the man, and never take your stick away from them, adaban, out of discipline. Brothers and sisters, we live in a country that this is a crime to do. But it's not necessary that you do a physical punishment, but you do have to set some type of punishment. That's a way of tarbiyah. Wallahi, if we stay away from that, al-fuqaha yaqulun, it will be illegal, haram. When your kids, they deserve punishment, and you tolerate them. Because you are making them dare to do anything, even not respecting the law. You have to have some law for your house. That is a way of teaching your kids. You did that? No money today, no picnic, no nothing. Discipline, you have to set some type of punishment. للتأديب كما قال العلماء لا للتعذيب. للتأديب لا للتعذيب. To discipline them, not to torture them. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين الآثمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له رب العالمين وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله الأمين اللهم صل وسلم وبارك عليه وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. SubhanAllah, every time I prepare my khutbah, anything I find, it's like I'm going searching for pearls, for treasures. And when I find something, I say, no, that's important. Let me take it down. Let me put it. And always there is no time to say everything that I prepared. I prepare like 2 or 3 pages, 5 pages sometimes, and there is no time to say all of them. So I skip inshallah, because of the time. I say, I close by this. بعد حمد الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. We have some punishment for al-ma'siyah. Some punishment. Yes, we know, we are all aware of the punishment in the hereafter, and but we do have a lot of punishments even here in this life. And we can be, most of us or all of us, witnesses for this. Some of them is from Al-Jawab al-Shafi, the book by the name of Al-Jawab al-Shafi ibn al-Qayyim, رحمة الله عليه وعلى جميع علمائنا. قال 46 عقوبة. There are 46, he collected 46 punishments, forms of punishment for the sinners here in this life. قال منها أنها تضعف في القلب تعظيم الرب جل وعلا. The more you make mistakes and sins, the more that glory, that esteem of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your heart goes down. Because he broke his words, his laws one time, so you do it next time, third time, and ta'zeem, the glorification of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in your heart goes down. You don't have to do that. That's why it's hard for us, because the lack of glorification of Allah, it's hard for us to stay away from a lot of things that we really have to stay away from. even for our own health and benefit, and even for the sake of our money. But we are not able to do that because يعني جعلنا الله عز وجل والعياذ بالله أهون الناظرين إلينا. We don't pay much attention to the watchfulness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala over us. وقال وتخرج العبد من دائرة الإيمان إلى دائرة الإسلام. When you make sins, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, لا يزني الزاني حين يزني وهو مؤمن. Iman is taken away from you. You're still a Muslim. But we know there's a circle of Islam and an outward circle of Iman, a mu'min, a believer. When you do a sin, you are not a believer. Faith is taken away from you temporarily until you make tawbah and get back to Allah and all of that. But you are stepped away further from the core of this deen. قال وتؤثر قال وتمحق بركة العمر وبركة الرزق وبركة العلم. A barakah, the blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He puts in some money, in your knowledge. Some people, they don't have a lot of knowledge, but there is barakah in their knowledge. They are able to benefit a lot of people from it. Barakah in their money. Subhanallah, they invite a lot of people. They spend for the sake of Allah, even though the source of income not necessarily, 4 or 5 digits or whatever. But there is barakah. Barakatul umr. Barakatul umr, they are able to achieve a lot. They are still in the 20s, in the 30s, in the 40s, but they did a lot. That's barakah. Blessings from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He puts in the umr. Because of the sins, a lot of sins that we commit, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala might wal'iyadu billah take away some of this barakah, of this blessing. You might have a big paycheck, you have a lot of bills and you don't know where these expenses coming from. Brothers, if you can move forward, jazakallah khairan, so we can have some space for the brothers in the back. The barakah is taken away, wal'iyadu billah. We need to have this barakah, this blessing coming back to us. قال وهي سبب لهوان العبد على الله. It's a reason, a cause why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has certain respect, esteem for the righteous people. Righteous people, Allah is always with them, supporting them. When the person commits mistakes, he drops from the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal. No more respect for him. One more thing is, كما قال تباعد العبد أو الملك الصالح. All of us, they have their own qareen, their own angel who is always telling him to do good things and supporting him and urging him to do good things. When you have a good idea, he would urge you, that malak, that support from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And at the same time you have qareen al-su, the qareen from shayateen, that's always with you telling you to do bad things. Shaitan. When you do mistakes for angels, they smell. So they stay away from you. حتى قال بعض السلف حتى إن it might lead to that good qareen, good companion of angels to go away from you a mile because of one kalima, because of one little mistake. It smells very bad. How an angel, the tabi'ah, the nature of angels, they will not work, they will not go along with the ma'asi, they will go away from you. And subhanAllah, we complain why our houses are full of all of these, no more happiness, a lot of things are happening because angels are not there. Why they are not there? We don't want them because we kick them out because of the ma'asi that we commit day and night. If we are always with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will have this happiness, sa'ada in our houses, in our homes, with our kids, all around because we have mala'ikas around us and surrounding us. أقول قولي هذا وأسأل الله العلي العظيم في هذه الساعة أن يغفر لنا ذنوبنا. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا وإسرافنا في أمرنا وثبت على الحق أقدامنا وانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. اللهم ألف بين قلوبنا وقلوب المسلمين. اللهم اجمع كلمتنا على الحق يا رب العالمين. Oh Allah, gather the hearts of believers together يا رب العالمين. Oh Allah, wipe out all of our sins now يا رب العالمين. اللهم اغفر لنا في مقامنا هذا وفي ساعاتنا هذه أجمعين يا رب العالمين. Oh Allah, give us a tawbah that we will not make mistakes, big mistakes after it, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. And every time we make mistakes, oh Allah, give us the way and facilitate the way for us to make tawbah, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Oh Allah, every time we make ma'siyah and we make sin, oh Allah, give us, facilitate for us a way to make tawbah, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Repent to you, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. اللهم سهل لنا طريق الخير واجعله ميسورا يا رب العالمين واسلك بنا مسلك الصالحين وابعد عنا شر كل ذي شر واكفنا شر كل ذي شر بما شئت وكيف شئت يا رب العالمين. اللهم اجمعنا على الحق اجمعين. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين وارحم موتانا وموتى المسلمين وانصر عبادك الصالحين الموحدين في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. اللهم كل اخواننا في ليبيا وكل اخواننا في سوريا وكل اخواننا في كل مكان مستضعفونهم فيه وكل اخواننا في اليمن يا رب العالمين وكل اخواننا في فلسطين. اللهم كل المسلمين المستضعفين في كل مكان يا رب العالمين. واقم الصلاة إن الصلاة كانت على المؤمنين كتابا موقوتا.